Hey guys, welcome to here beautiful Daffin Park in Savannah, Georgia. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit today about what kind of gear does a hybrid wedding photographer carry. Obviously hybrid, we sometimes tend to carry twice as much as a regular photographer because you need your digital equipment and you need your film equipment, and sometimes you even carry an extra bag with backup equipment or extra rolls of film, or you have a second shooter, you need a third bag. This tutorial is going to have three quick parts. We're going to have my digital bag, my film bag, and my film bag. So when you're thinking about becoming a hybrid wedding photographer, you're definitely going to have to make some decisions about what kind of equipment, what kind of digital equipment can you live without. Perhaps you don't need your light stands, perhaps you can bring less flashes, perhaps you can bring less lenses, perhaps you can make your lenses smaller by trading that huge 70-200 for a 100 millimeter, which does the job 95% of the time. Sometimes I wish I had a 70-200, but I can live with this. When I started to become a hybrid wedding photographer, I realized that I was carrying too much to weddings, and I had to really minimize that a lot. So this is my entire digital wedding photography bag. This is all I take. I don't take anything else. I don't need anything else. I can cover a lot of weddings, 95% of the weddings, 95% of situations with this bag, and I think 95% is a pretty good number. We have two camera bodies. I use full frame 5D Mark IIIs with battery grips. Both cameras have battery grips. I use a 50 1.2. It's probably my favorite lens. I probably keep this in the bag, in this lens, excuse me, for 90% of the wedding. I rarely take this out. My second favorite lens is my 85 1.8. I don't have the L series. I think that the L series isn't absolutely worth the money because this lens does the job perfectly fine, and it costs, I think, $1,000 less than the 1.2 L series. I also have the L series 100 2.8 macro. I love this lens. It never fails me for ring shots. I absolutely recommend it. And I have a Sigma 35mm 1.4, which is actually on the camera that we're shooting with right now. Next, we have the nifty 50, just the $100, 50 1.8 from Canon. Love this lens. If I lose it, if I break it, I really don't care. And it's a really great backup lens with really fast autofocus, much faster autofocus than the 50 1.2. Although the bokeh on the 1.2 is perfect for matching the Contax bokeh on the Zeiss 80mm, which we'll talk about next. I also bring a little Pelican case with tons of memory cards. You can never have enough memory cards, especially because I also shoot video at weddings sometimes. Next, we have some spools of ribbon and some other styling items that I bring. We have a Mr. and Mrs. box. I have a pretty neutral color. It's kind of a soft peach or a blush. I think this works with pretty much any color that I need, and afterwards in Photoshop or in Lightroom I can turn this pinker or peachier or even white if I want to very easily. My backup film camera is a 35mm Canon EOS 1. Love this camera, super practical, super fast autofocus, 36 exposures. Sometimes I'll use this instead of my Contax if I'm really pressed for time and I want to shoot film. I really feel really comfortable using this, knowing that my focus will be on point, everything will be sharp. I can shoot 36 exposures, so I can move a lot quicker, and it's a really good backup camera to the Contax, and I can fit all my L series lenses on it very well. Next in my bag, I have a Contax L358 light meter. I have some fantastic videos on how to meter for different stocks. Just search for it on my channel and you'll find it. The next item on my bag is these Hoya close-up macro filters. There's like a +1, a +2, a +4. Sometimes I stack them. They're great for getting ring shots or macro shots of anything you want. However, my 100mm Canon is the best lens that I find to get ring shots. Nothing will give me a more beautiful, crisper, sharper ring shot than this. However, sometimes you don't want crisp, you don't want sharp. You want a very soft police siren in the background. Very soft police siren in the background. So camera straps are really popular right now. Everybody and their grandma, every hipster photographer, every beginner, every advanced photographer, every amateur, everyone has a hip camera strap. I used to have the Holdfast It doesn't work for me because the holdfast absorbs all the sweat when you're shooting in 100-degree weather and 100-degree humidity here in Savannah. So I actually use 2 holdfast straps as my camera straps. However, this strap is actually the sling strap from this bag right here. I love this strap. It's super comfortable. Somehow it does not absorb my sweat simply because I keep it out of my sweaty areas as much as possible. This is a very comfortable little padding right here. And this is also another strap from the Sightseer, the holdfast Sightseer. And I clip these on to the bottom of the camera with that little holdfast D-ring. It works perfectly fine. This one is shorter, so I like this one a lot for the Contax. And this one is longer, so I use this a lot for my 35mm or for my DSLR. So guys, you're trying to become a hybrid photographer. There's not that much information out there. The only thing that you're gonna hear is shoot with the Contax at 2.0, read Jose Villa's book, and shoot with Fuji 400. Well, I think that is a fantastic place to start. That's how I started. That's how I got into film photography. I still love the Contax to death, but I think there's a plethora of other film stocks out there that we should be exploring as well. So first and foremost, I do love Fuji. I shoot it quite often. Now, it's not necessarily what I'm going to shoot at every event or every wedding, but I do love this film stock. So guys, now we're going to talk about my film organizer bag. I really love this bag. It is a ape case. I've had this for a long time. I've used it in several different configurations. It's really practical. You can put your laptop here if this was your camera bag, but I actually like it for film. It helps me organize my film very, very well. This side pocket here on the ape case is fantastic for keeping unopened boxes of film. I separate my film bag into 3 different spaces. I keep all the Fuji in one area, I keep all the black and white in one area, and I keep all the Portra in one area. I also label each bag. So this is Portra 400 with my fantastic handwriting. Portra 400 right here, Portra 800, 35mm Portra 160. So this way I know exactly what I'm grabbing instantaneously, and I make sure that I always double check before I load, because that's the easiest way to mess up your exposure, is loading the wrong film. All right guys, now remember, click like, share this video, check out the description for more links to fantastic tutorials, and I'll see you next time.